Stepdaughter actively chose not to have a relationship with me, but now she shows up with baby and BF. My stepdaughter's rejection hit me like a freight train, the kind that derails your life and leaves you picking up the pieces in silence. For years, I tried to build a bridge to Lily, only to watch her burn it down with a teenage sneer and a door slammed in my face. And now, here she is, standing on my porch with a baby in her arms and a jittery boyfriend at her side, asking for help like the past decade never happened. I met Lily when she was 10, a wiry kid with her mother's sharp eyes and a chip on her shoulder the size of Texas. Her mom, Ellen, and I got married a year after meeting, and I thought I could be the dad Lily needed her. Real one had vanished before she could walk. I was wrong. Lily saw me as an intruder, a cheap replacement who didn't belong in her world. I tried everything, helping with homework, cheering at her soccer games, even bribing her with ice cream trips. But every gesture was met with icy silence or outright hostility. "You're not my dad," she'd spit, her words slicing deeper each time. By the time she was 16, she'd stopped talking to me entirely, spending most of her time at her grandparents' or friends' houses. When she turned 18, she left for college and cut contact completely. No calls, no texts, not even a glance at the Christmas cards I sent. Ellen said to give her time, but time only widened the chasm. I stood on the porch now, staring at the girl who'd once called me nobody. Lily was 24, her dark hair pulled into a messy bun, her face pale and drawn. The baby, a tiny bundle with a shock of black hair, squirmed in her arms. The boyfriend, Jake, she called him, shifted uncomfortably, his backpack slung over one shoulder, eyes darting like he expected me to slam the door. "We didn't know where else to go," Lily said, her voice low, almost breaking. I wanted to scream. "Where were you when I begged for a chance to know you?" But the baby's soft coo stopped me cold. I stepped aside and let them in. The living room felt smaller with them in it, the air thick with unspoken history. Ellen was at her sister's for the weekend, so it was just me, Lily, Jake, and the baby Amelia. They said her name was. I offered them water, mostly to fill the silence. Jake mumbled a thank you, his hands fidgeting with the glass. Lily sat stiffly on the couch, cradling Amelia like a shield. "We're in trouble," she finally said. "We lost our apartment, Jake's job fell through, and we need a place to stay, just for a bit." Her eyes met mine for the first time, and I saw something new: fear, maybe shame. It didn't erase the years of rejection, but it cracked something open in me. I wanted answers. Why now? Why me? After all this time? But the questions stuck in my throat. Instead, I asked about Amelia. "She's 3 months, Lily said, her face softening as she looked at her daughter. "She's everything." Jake nodded, his eyes on the baby, and for a moment, I saw a flicker of the family they were trying to be. It stung, that glimpse of love I'd never been allowed to share with Lily. I excused myself to the kitchen, gripping the counter as memories flooded back: every ignored birthday card, every unanswered call, every time I'd swallowed my hurt to keep the peace. Over the next few days, they settled into the guest room. I watched them navigate parenthood, clumsy but earnest. Jake was trying, I could tell, running errands, changing diapers, staying up with Amelia so Lily could sleep. Lily was quieter, her old defiance muted by exhaustion. I kept my distance, helping where I could, buying formula, setting up a crib from the attic, but every interaction felt like walking on glass. One night, I overheard them arguing in hushed tones. "He doesn't owe us anything," Jake whispered. "You made it clear you didn't want him in your life." Lily's response was too soft to hear, but it ended in a sob. The breaking point came a week later. I was fixing dinner when Lily walked in, alone. "Can we talk?" she asked, her voice small. I nodded, bracing myself. She sat at the kitchen table, twisting a napkin in her hands. "I was awful to you," she started. "I was a kid, and I was angry at Dad for leaving, at Mom for moving on, at you for existing." I didn't know how to handle it, so I pushed you away. Her eyes were wet, but she held my gaze. I'm sorry. I don't expect you to forgive me, but I need you to know that. I didn't know what to say. Part of me wanted to hug her, to tell her it was okay. Another part wanted to shout, do you know how much that hurt? I settled for honesty. I tried. Lily, I wanted to be there for you, but you shut me out, and it broke something in me. She nodded, tears spilling over. I know, and now I'm here, asking for help, and I don't deserve it. She paused and then added, but it's not just for me, it's for Amelia. That name Amelia shifted something. This wasn't about me or Lily or the years of pain. It was about a baby who needed a roof, a family, a chance. I thought of my own mistakes, the times I'd pushed too hard or not hard enough. Maybe this was a chance to start over, not just for them, but for me too. We talked for hours that night, peeling back layers of hurt. Lily told me about her life college, bad decisions, meeting Jake, the shock of pregnancy. I told her about the years of silence, how I'd kept her soccer trophy on my shelf, hoping one day she'd come back. It wasn't a fairy tale reconciliation. There were no promises of being a happy family, but it was a start. Over the next month, we found a rhythm. Jake got a job at a warehouse, and Lily started looking for work while I watched Amelia. Holding that baby, I felt a warmth I hadn't known in years. She wasn't mine, but she was a chance to do something right. Ellen came home and, after her own shock, welcomed them with her usual grace. We didn't pretend the past didn't happen, but we built something new around it. One evening, as I rocked Amelia to sleep, Lily sat beside me. Thank you, she said simply. I nodded, my throat tight. Your family, I said, and for the first time, it felt true. The road ahead would be messy. Trust takes time, and wounds don't vanish overnight. But we were here together, trying. What would you do in my shoes? Was I right to let Lily back in? Or should I have held on to the hurt? Share your thoughts. There's no easy answer. In this third one,